Hey, what's up everybody and welcome back to another Borderlands video. So I know it has been a freaking long while since I've uploaded anything on the channel, but I'm here to change that. So with Borderlands 4 being on the horizon and being so close from us, like it's in 4 months, the release date is set on September 12th. So it's gonna arrive pretty fast. I just wanted to make some videos on the subject. I've seen there's like some news happening right now. There was PAX East and there's a bunch to cover, so let's jump into it. So I just mentioned that PAX East just happened and we got a bunch of stuff confirmed over there. So I'm about to show you some clips from the event that will confirm major stuff that we've all been waiting for. There will also be footage from older videos, but they will all be linked in the description down below if you want to check the whole thing. Today that was like a 1 hour long video, but there's a bit more to cover.
Grant, we talked in the State of Play showcase about gear balance, the rarities mattering again, legendaries matter again. What did we do? What else have we done to improve the gear chase?
Yeah, because gear now has so many behaviors and they ramp up and they escalate in the amount of things that can happen. We want to make sure that we adjust the complexity so that players aren't bombarded with so many behaviors right off the bat. So we've adjusted the kind of drop, the loot chase, so that when players are playing the game, they feel a natural progression of like, oh, okay, I'm adding more things to my gear, I'm adding more things to my gear, so that when they go and express themselves in the combat battlefield, they're not, just being mysteriously overwhelmed with so many things that are happening. And because of that, legendaries now have legendary power. They feel super strong. They come at moments, rare moments that when you open like a red loot chest or you kill a super rare boss, and when you get that unique legendary behavior, you're going to be like, oh, okay, this really changes the way the game plays. So we're reducing the amount of legendaries, but you're going to feel every single legendary when it drops.
Yeah, legendaries are legendary.
Let's
In
spoil
every
one.
sense.
Let's spoil one. Let's give the community one of them. What can we expect?
One of the legendaries that drops from the major bosses in the game is called Ruby's Grasp. And Ruby's Grasp is, if you've seen the State of Play showcase, there's a boss with lots of hands, and Ruby's Grasp is just one that just won't let enemies get away. So.
By the way, did you clock the little subtlety there? It dropped from that boss. Does that mean dedicated drops from bosses?
Yes, yes.
The answer is yes, yes.
The game will ship with dedicated drops across the whole game. Every boss, every mini boss will have dedicated drops.
So yep, you heard it right there. We are about to get dedicated loot drop from day one. Like, it's crazy. We've all been dreaming of that since forever, and it's about time that Borderlands release has them from the get-go. So that's gonna feel amazing. Next.
Are Invincibles coming back?
Yes, to be announced in a later date.
So that's a smaller confirmation on their part, but that do confirms that there's gonna be Invincible returning. They did not want to confirm more on the end game. We will have more details on the end game on June. There will be like a hands-on game and stuff like that where content creator will be able to play the game and talk about it afterward. But for now, we don't know more about it.
And I've spent a lot of time reading feedback from the State of Play, and one thing people are honing in on is the compass, and there's also, this legacy of a mini-map. Why do you think the compass is the way to go here for Borderlands 4?
And you're looking at me like you're going to throw the hard shit at me.
I'm giving you the hard one. Yeah.
All right. Well, look. Here's the deal. You guys haven't played the game yet. Obviously, when we did Borderlands 1, we didn't have a mini map, and we added it in Borderlands 2. And we noticed that there's some people online going like, wait, we haven't seen a mini map in what you've shown so far. What's going on there? I'll tell you the deal, and I'll just be straight with you. We made a big frickin' world, and a lot of the things you do can be local space, but a lot of the things you do or want to do are out there. And a local space map is not a good way to navigate when you're thinking about objectives and opportunities, several at the same time that might be miles away. And a compass really helps us do that. The other thing that the team really wanted to commit to, these guys are awesome, and they want to push the boundaries of design and environment. Instead of just a single flat plane, they embraced a lot of verticality. You're going to have more verticality in Borderlands 4 than you've ever seen before in a Borderlands game by far. And when you have a layered environment, a top-down two-dimensional view is extremely confusing. But with a compass with arrows that tell you if things are up or down, or you have a much better sense of spatial awareness. And we want you to play the game and not play the map. So we made a commitment and we put all of that investment into this compass system. And you still have the big map, it's one click away, and we put more cool stuff in there than we've ever done before. We even have like an AI-driven kind of navigation system that'll give you a GPS on the big map to show you the line of where you can go, and there's even an in-world companion Echo bot that has some features there that'll help you navigate, and there's a lot of tools that help you navigate. And you know, look, we're open to thinking about things in the future, but play the game first and understand the choices we've made. And I think you'll see and understand when you realize how big this world is and how playing the game in the world is better than playing the map.
So yes, that might be disappointing for some of you guys. To me, I really don't care. Like, I enjoy the map on some level. I got the point he just described. Like, I can see how it will be confusing on some level. I think it can still be relevant to have like a clear view of if the enemies are behind you. Plus, when it gets crowded on the screen with all the pollution and stuff like that, that could help you manage where you're going and what you're doing. But I absolutely get where he's coming from and what he's trying to say. But for now, I think we'll manage, so let's go on to the other one.
And Grant, what will the rarity levels be?
Ooh, rarity levels will go from common to legendary.
Thanks, Grant.
There's your
We nailed it.
there's your
Nailed
there's
it.
your gray, there's your green, there's your blue,
I don't like how you're saying
there's
that, by
your
the way.
purple,
And then there's orange.
there's your orange, there's your
What? Hold on.
troll.
Randy.
I'm such a troll.
So yes, as you've just seen there, is inching toward Pearls being back. Hopefully, maybe not from day one, but maybe in the first year of additional content, like in a DLC or something. Given that every Pearls and crazy loot rarity that were above legendary were introduced from like a DLC or some sort. It might just be the case for Borderlands 4, where we might see Pearls doing a return, and I'm pumped about it. Hope they don't suck, hope it's not too crazy to get one. If it's crazy enough, challenging enough to get one, it's okay, but if added on top you need like, I don't know, to care for 80,000 parts, different parts, to get like a decent one, that might be an issue overall, but that will make the game go longer, because we'll have to grind those puppies. So that concludes the biggest, I don't know, takeaways from the PAX East. That was confirmed there. The other thing is, I wanted to share my point of view, my honest opinion on the game, on what state it is right now, how I feel about it, and my fears. So here's a bunch of footage that got me scared for one reason. I'm gonna talk about it. Just look at it and tell me what you think.
In Grant, we have dynamic weather systems. Walk us through what players can expect.
Yeah, and Kairos, there will be a myriad of different storms, from rain to thunder to snow and dust. They won't have a direct impact on gameplay, like your damage is going to increase or decrease because you're in rain, but you will have vision obscurity, you will see some things harder, some things that are easier to see. So just be prepared and go out and kick some butt.
Gods. Are those test tubes?
I'm down. But thankfully, our fight for your life mechanic makes a return. Of course, I could have avoided it in the first place if I had just used my ref kit. This new piece of gear provides health and other buffs, like temporarily boosting my elemental damage, rate of fire, or movement speed.
So that might just be me. I've never seen anybody referring to that point. I feel like the game is slow as it seems like it's always shot in a way to be slowed enough for us to see the action, the camera turning like decently and not like being all over the place, you cannot see anything. So it might be a way for them to showcase the game nicely and not like, you know, lose us on the way. If it's not that and that's like portraying the game exactly how it's gonna be, I feel like it's gonna be like Borderlands 3 but slower. And Borderlands 3 felt great on many levels, but slower Borderlands 3 gameplay, even if there's grappling and stuff like that, if it's slow paced, I'm not gonna enjoy it. So tell me what you think about it. So yes, the other thing that gets me worried a tiny bit, I'd say, is that segment. Look at it.
How do the licensed parts work? This could also be a community question. I've seen a lot of people asking like what agency they have with that system.
Yeah, so licensed parts are our way of describing behaviors from all the manufacturers that we love from Borderlands 3 and the ones that we've added in Borderlands 4. So because there are so many behaviors in the game now, we wanted to make sure that guns drop these behaviors in a kind of tiered fashion. There's no crafting in the game. Players can't modify or craft their guns to have specific licensed parts. They're just drops in the world, and the way they drop is on a tiered system. So from common all the way to legendary, there's different sets of behaviors you can get. Epic's having the most behaviors, and legendaries having one less behavior, but having their own unique behavior.
And can every gun have a TDR part that lets you throw it?
Every gun can have a TDR part that can be thrown.
And most guns have something called an underbarrel. This is not something new to the series, but we're leaning into it pretty heavily in this game.
Yeah,
Can you give us some examples?
Yeah, one of the favorite things from Borderlands 3 was adding underbarrels to a lot of our manufacturers. This time around, we're taking it up a notch. Vladoff, again, has like the micro rockets, but that technology has now been licensed by other manufacturers too, so that you can have versions of micro rockets, such as the Jacobs having a micro rocket knife that's attached to the underbarrel of their gun, and they can fire it and it doesn't explode the shot. This can be coupled with other licensed part behaviors like a TDR thing, so when you throw a Jacobs gun with an underbarrel Vladoff, it'll have shooting micro rockets while flying in the air.
That's just awesome.
The higher the rarity, the more parts that can randomly spawn, creating wilder and wilder loot.
I don't think you should increase the difficulty of getting specific guns by increasing the amounts of parts the higher the rarity goes. If it's barely different from going from a purple to a legendary, I'm fine with it, but if it's like 10 parts on a purple and like kinda the same on green, blue, white, but when it goes to legendary it's like 20 parts, that's gonna be like unbearable for most people. Like you could not find a perfect gear, and if you find one, bro, go play the lottery or something like that. I think you have your chances. Picture the thing, you will not get the gun that you want very easily. You will need to dedicate so much time to farm just one, so that means save editors will end up being a thing and stuff like that, and I feel like if done well we could dodge the needs of having save editors for people to enjoy the game, and that would be a lovely thing. Now I simply want to finish by sharing my thoughts on the game. Those 2 points were my fears for the game. The first one is probably like just a me thing, and but the second one do be a bit scary for the longevity of the game and the people playing it. Regardless, here's my honest opinion on the game. I think Borderlands 4 looks dope as hell. Like, I think it's gonna be fun in the franchise, like it's the best iteration of itself. I'm still a bit sad that in Borderlands 3 and since then we've lost a bit of what made Borderlands, you know, in terms of its art style. Like Borderlands 2 and 1 and the pre-sequel had a precise vibe going on the art style and stuff like that, and I think we moved from that. So on many aspects we moved for the better. I will never get mad for that, but I feel like the game has just lost a bit of its identity. Also, there is so much quality of life improvement in the game. You can grapple on stuff, you can climb on walls, you can glide. You no longer need to go to an autolock and claim a car.
Another nice thing about silos is you can zip line up and take off. And if that's not fast enough for you, you can always pull out your personal vehicle, the Digirunner.
Man, I'm kinda curious and I really wanna know the specs requirement that the game is gonna have. I wanna know the price. And so another interesting thing that happened today was Randy Pitchford being asked what's gonna be the price for Borderlands 4 on release. And this was his answer.
Randy, I got a tough one for you here.
Oh, you got a spicy one for me?
I don't know the answer. I don't know.
Why
if
is
you
it always me that has to do the spicy ones? All right.
What would the game's price be? That's an interesting one. I don't know this.
The really now? I'll tell you the truth. I don't know. And that is the truth. I'll hit it. I'll hit it straight on. And it's an interesting time, right? We've got the on one level, we've got a competitive marketplace where where the people that make those choices want to sell as many units as possible, and they want to be careful about people that are price sensitive. So there's some folks that don't want to see prices go up, even the ones deciding what the prices are. There's other folks accepting the reality that game budgets are increasing and there's tariffs for the retail packaging, and like it's getting gnarly out there, you guys. Borderlands 4 has more than twice the development budget than Borderlands 3. More than twice. So the truth is, I don't know what the price is going to be. I do know that we will be opening pre-orders soon, TM, and that will be when the price is set. I think that Borderlands 4, here's the philosophy we have. Whatever the price is, we're entertainers. Yes, we want to get more resources so we can make bigger and better games. There's a reason why Borderlands 4 is so awesome. It's because you guys showed up and supported Borderlands 3. And we had the budget, so we could more than double the budget and feel confident in that. And that's awesome. When the revenue comes in, we can spend it to make bigger games and better games. As artists, we want everybody to have it. You know, we want to make it as easy as possible for everybody to enjoy what we're creating. So it's a weird thing, but the fundamental philosophy is we want people to buy it so we have the resources to make more, but we want everyone who buys and plays a Gearbox game to feel certain that they got the better end of the bargain.
So good thing about this game, it's gonna be releasing on all the platforms day one, so there will be crossplay available from the get-go. So a major thing to take away from all the footage that has been shown to us for Borderlands 4 so far, the Vault Hunters, man. The Vault Hunters are gonna be crazy fun. They seem, at least. So man, the skill trees are looking so crazy. Like, they are juicy, man. I don't know if you've seen a picture of it. Here's one. You can put so many points in one, and there's like 3 of them per Vault Hunters. And so we've never seen that much like build diversity, and I think that's gonna be a cool thing. They said today that per Vault Hunters, if you spec down one tree and all the parties spec down the same tree, there will be differences between the way all 4 characters are gonna play, even though they're spec'd into the same tree. Now, there was a bit of a controversy with something that has been published on Epic that should not have been, where the article was referring to some post-launch content that will arrive for Borderlands 4, and obviously they took down the page pretty fast, but basically it was referring to a bunch of content, mostly to tune new Vault Hunters, like add-on Vault Hunters that we had in the pre-sequel and Borderlands 2, so that will make Borderlands 4 have 6 Vault Hunters with like 5 times, 6 times, I did not calculate the thing, but massive skill trees. It's good for the game. Lastly, to conclude the video, I don't know if you could grasp from this video, but I'm pretty pumped about the game. I'm waiting for it. I'm ready. I want more Borderlands. I've been having that itch ever since I stopped playing Borderlands 3, and I'd really love to know what you guys think of everything you've seen so far. One last thing I wanna add that's not Borderlands related, but me related. So I've been away for a freaking long time now, and I'm not gonna lie, I've been missing making content, I've been missing you guys, I've been missing Borderlands. So yeah, that's it for today. I'm Kimmy3D, I'm back on Borderlands. I'm gonna be making some more videos. If you wanna see some Borderlands 3 and 2 in the meantime, because I'm probably gonna occupy myself waiting on Borderlands 4 with some more content on that, give it a sub. And yeah, thanks for watching. Take care people. I will see you in the next video.